Hello, everybody. Welcome to another inconsistent bookworm. And since we went from the Dead Man Wonderland, we're gonna deal with a little spookiness. Yeah, it's truly getting October up in here, especially when we're gonna talk about a ghost diary. Sorry, I'm covering up the title. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this one. And in fact, I also want to talk a little bit about the company who helps to put these out here in America called Seven Seas Entertainment. From all I can tell, in all intents and purposes, at least in terms of what they're putting out, they are our new Tokyo Pop in the best way. Even though Tokyo Pop is back technically, it's like from all I can see, Seven Seas Entertainment they put out just as much as humanly possible. Hell, they put out Dance with in the Vampire Bund, fucking Miss Black General that I talked about earlier. And of course, this one. I picked up this one simply because I was like, oh, okay, well, that seems interesting and weird. What this is about is about this young gentleman here. His name is Tsukami, I think. It's on the back of the one. Like it's written here, not like I wrote on it myself. I'm like, here's her name. Want to say his name's pronounced Tsukami. I'm probably totally wrong. Who knows? Well, I'm guessing. He is a exorcist in a way. He is raised by a family of exorcists. It's never touched upon a ton. And he is inspired in a fashion by his sister. I'm going to butcher her name and I'm just going to read Hanaichi. Hanaichi. There's two I's in places that I don't think there should be. Well, at the end's fine, but in the middle it's weird. So he is inspired, I will put it that way, and I'm going to explain why it's a little weirder than it should be, to be the best, exorcist and fighter of ghosts and demons and all that possible. And one day she comes up missing after he ends up inadvertently pretty much angers a. Best way to put it is pretty much like a god in a fashion. And not like a god like many of us Westerners think, like this pious deity, but more of a, not malevolent, but a lot more or gray in their morals being. And because of that, she ends up going missing. Possibly could be killed by the creature or might possibly be captured by it. Now, that is a decent kind of setup right there, but it devolves or goes a little bit further because eventually Tsukami comes across this young, or pretty much this young looking girl. Her name is Chloe. She is this young lady right here who is constantly scantily clad and is showing upskirt shots for reasons. And she's in fact fully nude at one point, but they don't show her nipples. And I'm like, why don't y'all just go all the way and just make her fully naked? Who gives a shit at this point? Not like I really care. But it's like they so often are making her fan service. Like, just go full hog with it. Especially whenever she has, like, little strands of hair that are barely supposedly covering up her nipples. It's like, so she's got the little baby nipples ever. Not going to talk all day about people's nipples. Because we need to talk about Tsukami and his relationship with his sister. It's fucking creepy. Like, there's constant hints that he is sexually attracted to his sister. In fact, one of his friends is upset that Tsukami won't show me any kind of care because he wants, all he loves is his sister, and we know he loves her more than this. It's like, ew. Ew, 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 ew. Please stop, book. Please, for the love of God, stop. It's just so much creepiness constantly. And it's just so much weirdness constant with him and his sister. And for a while, I thought it was going to be fine until this. I was like, because I seemed to leave it a little bit behind. I'm like, okay, the first few chapters are getting a little weird about it. But then there is near the end whenever Tsukami has to dress up to lure this one ghost out who uses macaroons to lure in women. Because he's actually looking for Hanaichi. I can't pronounce the name correctly. Sorry. And he's dressed up like her. Because they're like, well, he's only attracted to pretty young women. And it's like, oh, he looks just like her. He's just hot like her. And it's like, stop. Please. Book, for the love of God, stop it. It's weird. It's very fucking weird and really creepy. Ugh. So, you may be wondering, beyond that grossness, beyond the fact that we are consistently bombarded with the fact that supposedly this guy is sexually attracted to his sister because they live in Arkansas, I guess. How is it? Eh? This is very much, it feels like Yu Yu Hakusho, but not done with the charm, not done with the grace. There's a lot of pretty much straight, I wouldn't even call it homages, it's ripping off of Bleach at points in how this character is. In fact, she is even a, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? She is a Reaper. Thanks. We couldn't have just straight up ripped off Bleach any harder. And it's like, hell, we got Blue Exorcist if I need a Bleach ripoff. And realistically, they want us to care about also these other, like, characters are part of the supernatural group that Tsukami is a part of, but they're so one-note and so forgettable. I can't remember anybody but this one girl. Her name is Miyami, and that's only because she is just an utter bitch for no really good reason. And it's really, really, really annoying to hear them talk, and they take up a lot of the book. And that's one of the issues. Like, one, you have Chloe who wants to piss him on, and she's like, oh, well, we need to do this. Because if we make the Ghost Diary full, I will get all my memories back, and I'll remember where your sister is what she keeps telling Tsukami. And Tsukami goes with it. And instead of telling their friends, because Chloe's like, no, you don't need these people. They're just going to hold you back. Instead of telling them, he just doesn't because of that. And even though after a while he proves her wrong, and she's like, oh, well, maybe he's right. But he still doesn't tell them what Chloe is or why he wants her help with stuff. And in fact, a lot of times, some of these issues they end up going or dealing with near the end of it, because really Chloe doesn't do anything for over half the book. It could be easily solved if Chloe came around. If Chloe was there to go kill the monster thing. It's like, well, that was simple. That's one of the fucking issues. And on top of everything, it's just burdened with all this existential, or I wouldn't call it existential crisis, but it's just, it wants to pretend it's smarter than what it is. There is times whenever Tsukami is wanting to think about whether he should try and save his sister or whatnot, or anything. And it's like, why do we have this chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter constantly? We are hammered home that Tsukami is trying to fight with whether or not he should keep looking for his sister or try and help truly fill this ghost diary. And it's like, but if you know that this Reaper will help you if you fill it out, just do that, and she will help with the memories. And there's no signs that this is actually really helping her. And not only that, but how does one fill out the ghost diary? That's never properly explained. And on top of everything, just Chloe is so unforgivably annoying. She constantly wants to put in moi, and I believe it's pronounced toi, or T-O-I. It's the version of you, I believe, or French version of you. I don't want to say the version of you. Again, I'm tired. Been up all day. And I don't know why, it kept hard stopping me every time I was reading it. It's like, I don't know why you're talking this way. And it's like, and if she is French, why would you believe your sister knows her? This takes place in Japan. It's said that it takes place in Japan. In fact, at one point, I want to say they go to Naraland, which is in Japan. Well, was. It got tore down, which is kind of sad, actually. But it's just, it's bad, guys. It's not really good. You named me a freaking long-running series that deals with ghosts or specters or demons or gods or shit like that, and I will tell you it's probably better than Ghost Diary. It's not a good book. That being said, I will give it one more volume. I originally was going to give up on Bleach till I read volume 2, and damn it, did it actually pull me in more. It's such a, this is such bad. It's too much setup to the point to where I'm overburdened with shit, and it doesn't help that we're constantly reintroduced every chapter to these other 4 or 5 different characters supposed to work with Tsukami that are not Chloe, and it's like, okay, I don't know who these people are, even though you keep reintroducing them, because they end up having so little to do with the plot outside of Mayumi. I don't need them then. Either give them a purpose to exist within the plot, or kill them or something. Just figure out their point before you're going to shove them in my face. Ugh, it's bad. If I can give anything, the artwork's fine. It's not terrible, but I mean that seems almost like passe at this point. It's like, oh yeah, the artwork's fine, but who cares if the story that goes with the artwork is absolutely just rudderless? It just feels like we're just spinning in circles and we're not getting anywhere. If you're a hardcore love mangas that deal with death and all that, maybe you might have some use for this. Most of us normal human beings are not gonna fucking care about this. I'm gonna forget about this after a while. Forget that I was even looking for volume 2. Bleh. That's the most I can say about. Sorry, bugs flying in my face. Didn't want to eat it. Yeah, sorry, fell in my mouth. Yeah, just yeah, Miss Ghost Diary. It's not worth it. Maybe the bug liked it. I don't know. Just skip this book. You're gonna be better off reading something else. I will give you what I think about volume 2 later on when I find it and have the wherewithal to read it. And that's the other thing I will tell y'all. It took me a long damn time to finish this damn thing. Like Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Too Long title. Well, it took me like about 2 sittings because I was like, all right, let me pace myself, and then read it. Second sitting, like, all right, well that was a little too quick. Hell, the Too Long a Title Black General book, it took me a couple scenes to sit through. This took me a long time to finish, push myself through. It was like, God, this book's wordy in points where it really just need to be wordy. And I don't give a shit about these people. But hey, that's Ghost Diary. Don't fill it out. It's not worth your time. But I'll see if Volume 2 picks up, and maybe I'll turn around on it. We'll see. But until then, everybody, I will let you all know about other mangas I happen to be reading. And until then, I will see you all later. So, bye-bye, everybody.